Some homes are built in places where it seems almost impossible for people to survive. They cling to towering cliffs, rise above the open sea, or stand beside bottomless drops. In these places, a single mistake can quickly become a life-threatening danger. Even so, people still chose to build homes where most would never dare to live. There are no ordinary roads, no easy escape routes, and almost no room for mistakes. These extraordinary homes reveal how human determination can overcome even the greatest challenges. Bivako Jervasuddy looks like a futuristic spaceship attached to the side of a mountain. The shelter extends into open air at an altitude of nearly 9,300 feet. Its tube-shaped capsule is firmly attached to a narrow rocky ledge above the glacier. Nearly half of the structure extends beyond the cliff, suspended above a deep abyss. Its bright red and white exterior helps climbers locate the shelter through snow and thick fog. However, the exposed location also faces fierce winds, freezing temperatures, and constant avalanche threats. Inside, the compact shelter can safely accommodate up to 12 climbers at the same time. When powerful snowstorms cover the mountain, this small capsule becomes a vital lifeline for everyone inside. Xianxia's High Cliff convenience store is considered one of the most dangerous stores on Earth. The tiny wooden shop measures less than 22 square feet in size. It hangs from a steep cliff, nearly 394 feet above the bottom of the gorge. Below the store, there is nothing except a vast, empty drop. From a distance, it appears as though the small cabin is floating in the open sky. The surrounding landscape is filled with towering red sandstone cliffs and rugged rock formations. Very few trees grow here, leaving almost no natural protection from the harsh environment. Visitors must follow a cliffside climbing route secured with steel safety cables. Every step depends on U-shaped iron rungs firmly fixed into the rock wall. Even the workers wear safety harnesses before making their way across the cliff. After crossing the exposed mountainside, they carefully squeeze into the tiny wooden store suspended above the abyss. Bajau stilt houses are built above the sea instead of being placed on solid land. For many Bajau families, the ocean is not just nearby, it is their permanent home. Their wooden and metal houses stand on tall stilts firmly planted into the seabed. Narrow wooden walkways and small boats connect one home to another. Beneath every house, there is no soil or road, only seawater moving with the changing tides. Powerful winds can make the entire structure sway from side to side. Constant exposure to salt water slowly wears down the wood and weakens the buildings over time. Many Bajau people dive deep into the ocean every day to catch fish and gather food. Some of them dive with little or even no breathing equipment at all. Scientists discovered that many Bajau divers have larger spleens, allowing them to store more oxygen for longer underwater dives. Guanyin Pavilion stands alone in the powerful waters of the Yangtze River. During the flood season, the entire pavilion appears like a lonely stone island surrounded by rushing water. Every year, it withstands the enormous force of millions of tons of fast-moving water. The pavilion was constructed on the solid Jayalong Reef, far away from the mainland. It covers nearly 3,200 square feet and is surrounded by water from every direction. Powerful currents and dangerous whirlpools constantly sweep through this part of the river. Over the centuries, these waters have destroyed many nearby structures. When the river level drops, the rocky foundation rises above the water once again. Its base was carved into a sharp V shape that cuts through the current like the front of a ship. This remarkable design has helped the pavilion survive for nearly 7 centuries. Today, the historic site is strictly protected, with boats prohibited from docking and visitors not allowed to enter. Katskhi Pillar is one of the world's most isolated places of worship. A small church and hermitage stand on top of a limestone pillar nearly 130 feet high. The steep rock walls make the summit extremely difficult to reach. The only route upward is a narrow iron ladder fixed against the cliff. For hundreds of years, almost no one was able to reach the top. The isolated summit remained hidden from the outside world for generations. In 1944, climbers finally reached the summit and uncovered the remains of a monk and an ancient chapel. Today, Georgian Orthodox monks continue to use the site as a sacred place for prayer. Strict monastery traditions are still followed on the pillar today. Women are not permitted to climb the pillar and can only admire it from the ground below. Yangon is widely known as the narrowest city in the world. The city is squeezed between 2 towering cliffs beside the fast-flowing Guan River. From above, the buildings appear to line up along an incredibly narrow strip of land. There is very little flat land available for new construction. Many buildings stand on massive concrete pillars anchored deep into the riverbed. These strong foundations help the city withstand powerful floods during the rainy season. Engineers designed this vertical support system to keep the buildings stable on difficult terrain. Tens of thousands of residents rely on these unique structures every day. In Yangon, every new building is carefully planned around the surrounding landscape. The city is a remarkable example of how people adapt to nature instead of trying to overpower it. Mijingo Island rises from the middle of Lake Victoria as a tiny but crowded settlement. From a distance, the island looks like a cluster of metal rooftops floating on the water. The rocky island covers only about 21,500 square feet of land. That is roughly equal to only half the size of a soccer field. Even with such limited space, hundreds of people call this island home. Small houses, food stalls, and tiny shops are packed closely across the rocky ground. There is almost no empty space left anywhere on the island. Fishing is the main source of income for nearly everyone living here. The valuable Nile perch found in these waters attracts fishermen from many regions. Despite the crowded conditions, many people continue to live here for the opportunities the lake provides. Santuario Madonna, Italy. Have you ever seen a church built directly into the side of a vertical cliff? Welcome to Santuario Madonna della Corona. Instead of standing on a mountain, the sanctuary is anchored directly into the solid rock. It stands about 2,540 feet above sea level in the mountains of northern Italy. One side of the building is connected to the cliff, while the other overlooks a deep valley. For centuries, pilgrims reached the sanctuary only by walking along narrow mountain trails. Those winding paths were carved directly into the steep mountainside. Its remote location kept the sanctuary peaceful and isolated for generations. Today, it is recognized as one of Europe's most breathtaking cliffside churches. From the front terrace, the deep drop below creates an unforgettable view. From this angle, the church and the cliff seem to merge into a single breathtaking structure. After exploring these extraordinary places, one thing becomes clear: human determination has no limits. From towering cliffs to floating villages, every location proves how people adapt to the world's harshest environments. Which incredible place surprised you the most? Tell us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing adventures.